So hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Nima Boa and today we're gonna be reacting to a video that's been going viral on TikTok, and it's a guy that claims that women that do not want to have children are a big red flag. And after he posted that video, it's just been going viral and people have been stitching to that video, reacting, giving their opinion on his thoughts. So we are gonna be reacting to it. I can already tell you guys right now that I do not agree with the guy, but we are gonna see what people have to say. I found some interesting perspective of what he said. I hope you guys like this video and also subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And as always, I'll always like to hear guys' opinions, so comment down below if you have something you want to state. And the background noise, I'm sorry about that. I cannot really do anything about it. I live by a busy road, so you're gonna be hearing some background noises, but I'm gonna make sure that the videos and the things we're gonna be hearing is gonna dominate that.
You're talking to a girl and she says that she does not want children. That is the biggest red flag in the world, because she's living for herself more than she is for her future offspring. I don't mean the girls that are like, I'd like to delay a few years. I'd like to do it, end of my 20s, early 30s, whatever. I mean women that are like, I'm not having children. There is no bigger red flag. We are all going to pass away and be forgotten. The only thing we contribute to the world is our children.
I always look from the perspective too of like being able to be healthy and have kids is a great blessing, right? Like my brother has special needs. He can't run, he can't work out, he can't speak. I can do all those things, right? So one of my passions is working out, being healthy, taking care of myself, right? I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to do that. I look at having kids the same way. If you're fortunate enough to have kids and have that gift, there's many people that would trade their lives for you. And you could still be like, I'd rather do it my way. That's fine. I still believe it's an absolute gift and a pleasure. And I think more people, should not take that for granted.
So that's what he had to say, but I will say that one thing I do want to agree with him is that having kids is definitely a blessing. But with that said, with his point of view and trying to justify for what he just said in the beginning, there's a lot that can be discussed. But we're going to see what people have to say before we start going into that.
Talking to a girl and she says that she does not want children. That is the biggest red flag in the world.
So I'm one of those girls waving that red flag. Stay away from me. I do not want children. Maybe if I could experience being a father instead of being a mother, I would want children. But I love to hear men like that say those things, because it confirms everything that I already believed. I think we're seeing birth rates plummet globally for a reason. The reason is that women are realising that men do not care about their preferences or their experiences. Most likely they are not going to help you when you have that child. I hear this, women are selfish for not wanting to have children, from men who simultaneously do not care about women's reproductive health or choices or their safety when they're pregnant. But since we're talking about red flags, for me it is a big red flag when I hear men say women are selfish for not wanting to have children. I think that's a red flag because typically these men want to know that a woman will be subservient to her husband and the role of being a wife or mother. I don't think they're actually interested in whether that woman wants to be a parent, whether that is important to her. I think it's more about them seeing the role that she can perform and how that role will make their life easier.
I'm sure I'm not alone in wishing that your mom carried that red flag. Your opinion on what a woman does, any woman does, is completely fucking irrelevant. Mind your own fucking business.
He goes on to say that those women are just living for themselves and not the future of their children. And you're not wrong. It is a red flag. Those women are focused on themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just like men say that they want traditional wives, and there's nothing wrong with that. The entire purpose of dating is for you guys to find out more about each other, to see if you're equally yoked, if you have the same religious beliefs, the same political beliefs, if you have the same ideology of family and future. And if you don't, then those are red flags for everybody, and you should just move along. But men don't do that. They degrade women for their choices not to have children. The true red flag are men that don't accept it, try to degrade, force, and embarrass women into following their ideology.
True.
I would argue it's a much bigger red flag when women want children for very specific reasons. Whether it's, you know, to trap a man or collect a check or to fulfill something in them, you know, for that child to live the life they never lived. Like, then that child is born with a job, and it's really not about the kid. It's about, you know, whatever thing that child brings that woman, you know, like children shouldn't be bargaining chips or investments or whatever. Like, kids should be allowed to be kids. And I've never seen a situation where someone got pregnant with an agenda and those kids just got to live happy, fulfilled lives. So yeah, not wanting to have them, knowing that maybe you wouldn't be a good mother, or that, you know, like, being a mom doesn't mean shooting your genetic clone out of your vajayjay. Like, there are children whose mothers had them for the wrong reasons, who need, you know, us, like, childless ladies to step in and have the relationship with them they're not capable of having. So yeah, like, not wanting to have kids, not the end of the world. Having them for selfish reasons, fucking brutal. The end.
I mean, was she lying?
What else is she gonna do? She's living for herself. You're right. But why does she need to live for her future offspring? Kids are stressful. Kids cost millions of dollars just to raise them to be 18. And that's over time. Oh, you didn't realize that, did you? Like, what if she can't have kids? What if she doesn't like kids? I have an easy fix for you. Don't date her. Move on. Find someone else. You look like the type to do it. Just quit complaining and move on. It's not your choice whether or not she wants to have kids.
One of the most fucked up marketing ploys that the patriarchy ever pulled on women was to try and convince them that they should not live for themselves. But I've got to say, it kind of hits different when it's a 25-year-old boy coming onto this app telling women how they should live their goddamn lives. Because you know, if this guy got a text tomorrow saying that the girl he was sleeping with is pregnant, he would be off in Timbuktu making sure that he never had to pick up a finger in order to take care of that child. And so there's a certain degree of hilarity when it comes to men saying that it's a red flag for a woman wanting to live for herself. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that this guy's shtick is to, like, rage bait and to post his pretty girlfriend who then broke up with him. Shocker. But beneath every joke, there is a truth. And the reason that men are coming onto this app and saying things like this is because they literally are seeing in front of their eyes women decentering men everywhere. Because women have woken up to the fact that they cannot live fulfilling lives if they do not truly know themselves, fulfill themselves, take care of themselves, love themselves, feel worthy of the life that they want, whatever that fucking looks like. The thing is, we're willing to do the work. This is why you have so many women out there in the world working with therapists or coaches or just finding ways to prioritize themselves in their lives so that they are not offering their lives as a sacrifice to the fucking patriarchy. While this conversation might on the surface look like it's about having children or not having children, but ultimately at its core, this is a conversation about whether or not women deserve to feel fulfilled with whatever choice they make in this world. It's absolutely not a woman's job to have children for you if that's not what she desires in her life. But unfortunately, these boys have grown up in a society that has taught them since day dot that they would be serviced by the women in the world when they grew up. And now that that is slipping through their fingers, they big mad. So anyway, Owen, you can go back to your little rage baiting, but I just want to let you know something. It's actually not that women don't want to have children point blank. It's that they don't want to have children with men that are not willing to be equal partners and good fathers. So if you're finding a lot of women that don't want to have children with you specifically, allow me to get you a little mirror.
I mean, for that one, I feel like we should clap because she was spot on with that one.
What in the fucking misogynistic fuckery is this? You must have some sort of chicken and rice comprised personality, you pal. What, you gym with your bros while your woman stays home by the sink doing whatever, and then you expect her to carry your offspring into the world and then do all that as well. That's what you are, yeah? Nah, man. Let me tell you something right now. You got no fucking right to comment on what women do with their bodies, yeah? Absolutely no right to comment, sir. And you know what you are? A fucking ginormous red flag. Waving it like this. Shut up. Shh. You take your misogynistic bullshit back to the fucking dark ages, yeah? Yeah? Do me a favour, don't procreate.
Ooh, wow. Love her accent though.
I constantly see guys talk about having children, but they never talk about the actual longevity part, which is the part that women think of. They talk about making the baby part. I want to have children. Okay. What about the parenting part? Women think about the parenting part when it comes to children, okay? There are two types of women that don't want to have children. One of them is because they don't like children, or they don't see that they're suited to be a parent. So let's just go ahead and leave them be. Because God forbid, we know plenty of people that should have never been parents or should not be parents. So let's just let them not be parents, okay? The other one is because she's an intellectual woman, meaning she can do math. She understands what's going to be required of her body, her mind, her time, resources, environment, the partner, the funding that is going to be needed and is necessary in order to raise a child successfully. So when she doesn't see those resources, environment, etc., readily available to her, she has no motivation to procreate until those things have been fulfilled. It's not because she's a red flag. It's simply because she can do math.
To finish this whole compilation, I found this video. I was just like, this needs to be the finished piece of it all.
When you're talking to a girl and she says that she does not want children, that is the biggest red flag in the world.
Can I ask you a question? Can you have children? Oh, then shut the fuck up.
So that was actually the compilation of this video, and I will say I cannot agree more with what people are saying to his video. It's unhinged. It's unhinged. I don't know what goes on in his mind when he thought to make that video and post it, because clearly he doesn't really understand what's going on right now. And it just shows in his video that he's not understanding of the different levels of why women or men do not want to have children, because just the fact alone that we're in a living crisis right now should just like maybe also give you a hint of why people don't want to have children. Another thing is that majority of the time when the parent steps out is usually the men. So that means that women are needing to have to be with the child and provide for the children by themselves. A lot of women do not want that, which is understandable. And the third thing is also people have traumas from the childhood, and a lot of people do not want to put that trauma on the children, so there's also a lot of work that needs to be done when it comes to that. And not only does it require a lot financially, it also requires a lot emotionally. So that is also another reason that I've seen people say that they do not want to have children, because they do not want to end up having to be the only solo parent in that kid's life, having to take care of them financially but also emotionally, and not wanting to be alone with that. So that's also another point of why people choose to not want to have kids, because they do not want to take that risk, as the other people have also stated in the videos, but I just wanted to touch on that as well. Yeah, and that's basically what I have to say about this video. But what he said was absolutely crazy. It blows my mind. But I like when people who actually do that. I like that he actually did that, because now it's like a topic that gets talked on a lot on the app on TikTok. So I'm glad that he in a way made that video, because then people can really come with their opinions, and then people can really see the different perspectives of why they do not want to have children. But as I said before, leave down some comments if you have anything you want to say about this topic. I would like to hear your guys' opinion. I hope you guys like this video, and also subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye.